Let's start video. Hey everyone, welcome to Two
Healthy
Nerds. Yay!
I'm Nicole Aimée Schreiber.
I'm Jessica Michelle Singleton.
We're comedians in Los Angeles, for those of you who don't know us.
Apparently we just abandoned the intro we've been doing. Where are we going? Because we're filthy. You get it. And we're nerds.
And there's two of us. You can count.
Yeah. Good for you, honestly.
Well, we have a lot of new listeners and we're really excited you guys are here. We're just going to explain how this goes. We start every episode off with a little ranting and raving.
Yeah, we call it running our filthy mouths. We got a little segment bitching about stuff, and then we'll get
into the Harry Potter breakdown.
Yeah. So,
fast forward through this if you don't want to hear us talk about anything pertaining to ourselves or the world around us.
Yeah, I feel like I don't care about you. Get to the wizardy meat.
Yeah, the wizard meat.
Give me that meaty wizard goodness.
What's
I want a Dementor's kiss your podcast. That's how I suck a dick. Is just like a Dementor. Anyway, have we had this conversation already?
I can't wait to watch you suck a dick. Like a Dementor. What? I don't know.
I mean, I haven't hit OnlyFans level of either needing money or being attractive enough. So Godspeed to everyone on there, because
here's the thing.
You are business women and I can't achieve it.
I think you are absolutely 100% attractive enough to be an OnlyFans girl.
Thank you.
I just think you have too much personality for anyone to be able to fully jerk off.
You mean I'm annoying?
Yeah.
That's fun. You just have a lot of personality.
You got so much to say.
It sort of ruins it when I'm like, oh yeah, isn't this funny? Oh, look, a nipple hair. And
I'm doing bits about my bits.
Hey, there's something for everyone, allegedly.
Whatever gets you there, guys. It's definitely us. Okay.
Yeah. Amphetamines. So
today we are going to run our mouths about a topic that is very near and dear to me right now, which is communication in a relationship.
In dating. With someone you're trying to see, a partner. So some people are not good at it, and they're
narcissists.
Oh, well, I mean, if we're going to talk about...
They think they're good at it.
If we're going to talk about dating narcissists, that's like a whole...
That's a whole other thing.
It's probably a root of an issue some people have when they date narcissists, but I don't know. It's so simple to answer
a text.
Simple to like, how are you doing? Or I'm really busy and I'm not available right now. Let's talk later.
Yeah, something like that. Anything like that. Just one thing to let someone know. Why would you want to consistently have sex with someone, hang out with someone, connect with someone in person, and then all of a sudden, when it comes to texting, you just don't know what to do?
I'm going to say something, and it's not going to make a lot of people happy, because they don't want to do anything but have sex with you. The rest is doing just enough so that they can have sex with you. Get whatever they need, whatever type of fulfillment they're trying to get.
To me, if he's willing to like hang out with me, go on hikes, go get food, all of that stuff, and have sex, why wouldn't he just? It's so much like if we're talking about doing the bare minimum to just be able to fuck someone, like I feel like texting is truly a bare minimum.
I think so, but I also think that like dating is weird, and living in LA, there's a lot of garbage people, and also I don't have the healthiest upbringing or framework for what constitutes a healthy relationship. That's a fair thing that I've had to like work on. But to me, if a guy's not texting you or calling you, he's not that interested. He's
not, exactly.
He's doing something else. Or like, if you want to jump to the far end of the spectrum, which is where I like to jump, is that he's probably with another girl, is where my brain goes. And even if he's not, it's like...
I agree. I totally agree. I think there's a few assumptions that can be made when someone's not getting back to you. Another girl, not that into you, dead.
Which is what I pray for every
single time.
If a guy's not... I'm in a relationship with someone now who pretty early on, and I think a little bit of this was because I had a roommate who thought he was being ghosted and he kept talking about it. So I hadn't heard from the guy I'm now dating in 12 hours. it was early on. It was like he just kind of disappeared in the evening. We were not a couple. And I was like, hey, are you ghosting me? And he wasn't. And boy, was that such an uncomfortable thing to be like, no, I just fell asleep. And I was like, I realize how crazy that looks if you're not.
How soon into the relationship was that?
I don't know. It was probably like a month, couple weeks, a month.
And how truly, what was his reaction to that? Like, what was his level of like, you crazy? Was he truly actually feeling that? Because I said something to this guy about being like, hey.
So the situation is you have a guy who likes to just not reply for days.
Also, I've expressed, number one, on our first date, I said, hey, I'm just putting this out there right now. Number one thing, whatever happens, don't fucking ghost on me. Just give me the respect of being like, hey, not into you. That's it. That's my number one thing.
Yeah. And of course, everyone says yes when they're into someone because they don't anticipate.
Yeah.
What's going to happen.
Breaking up. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like,
or people want to believe that they're like, of course, I'm a good communicator. And then, they send you a message in a bottle and they're like, I've moved to Fiji or whatever.
Yeah. Wow. That is.
No one I ever dated could afford to move.
Yeah. I was just going to say, you never dated anybody with that much money. You didn't date anybody with move to Fiji, let alone vacation.
If anything, it would be a note written on the back of an eviction notice.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm homeless now. Please don't try to contact me.
No BRB. Bye.
I have nothing. Please leave. Imagine someone breaking up with you. I'm in peril and have nothing to care for myself, and I still would like to never see you again.
Okay, this beeping. I am so sorry.
Yeah, how do you turn off? Should we pause this?
Yeah, let's pause.
Okay. Yep.
All right, we're back. Sorry about that.
It's technology. What can you do?
Technology. What can you do? There's part of me that because this guy is older, I think he's maybe not tech savvy. I don't know.
No, I mean. No one wants to be the friend saying that's something you're telling yourself to feel better, but he's not 85.
Yeah.
I just feel like, I don't know why people string things along. If you're not into someone enough, or you're not into a relationship in general enough that you're willing to commit that time to someone, maybe you like that person, but maybe you're just not willing to, give them enough of your time, what they need. It's why would you drag someone along? It's a shitty move.
In addition to the fact that, it's not like I'm that woman who's like, I'm a biological clock, I want kids. It's not like I have this urgent deadline, but I still don't want to waste my time.
No, it's like, you're looking for a relationship.
A connection that I can experience on a day-to-day basis. So my first conversation with him, I was like, hey, I need you to be communicative with me.
That's a big thing for you.
It's a big thing for me.
By the way, not a big ask.
I'm not being like, hey, I think you need to take me on dates more. Hey, I think you need to get me, I'd like flowers. Can you get me flowers? Can you make me food? I am asking for you to just respond to my text messages. That's it.
Yeah.
So then the second time I had this issue, I was like, you know what? I'm fucking done. I've already asked him once. I made that boundary up very clear.
Yeah, you were very upfront, which is the right thing to do. It's if you know what you want and need in a relationship, there is not only is there no harm, but I think the healthiest thing you can do is be upfront and go, listen, I know what I like. I know what I need for my needs to be met by a partner. This is it.
Yeah.
If you can't do that, cool, but that's not a good fit.
Yeah. And I was just going to say something else, but I'm not going to.
Why?
No, because I was like, that's a whole other tangent. Just the idea that I never felt like
Spoiler alert, he's not listening to your podcast.
No. Oh, no. I always had this feeling that he wasn't into me as much as guys I've been with in the past. And that always kind of bugged me. I want a guy to see me and be like, I just want to fucking rip you apart. And I never felt like he had that fucking for me.
Well, then, if that's something you want and you've never felt that, are you just waiting for the spark to come up?
No, I don't think I, in my mind, I thought at some point, maybe he was not totally 100% comfortable with me. And once he got comfortable with me, because I don't know, maybe some girls don't like that. I don't know. I don't know what my rationale is.
Open up more.
But when I said something to him the second time, and I was, at this point, I wasn't saying something to him. I was literally like, we're done. We're breaking up.
Yeah, you're like, you obviously can't communicate. I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah. And he's like, if I wasn't responding to your text messages, why didn't you reach out and ask me what was wrong? Maybe something was wrong with me. Why did you make it about you? I'm like,
wait, you didn't tell me that.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Oh, that's so manipulative. And also, if he knows you cherish communication and now he's using that as like a gift to be like, oh, I'm finally contacting you.
Yeah.
But I mean,
that's what bugs with all of this has bugged me so much. It's like he tried to like flip it back around on me and I was like, hey, listen.
If there's something wrong, you tell people. Like no man, no woman. I'm sorry. If you are someone who has the reaction that, oh, they should just know I'm hurting. They should know something's wrong. If that were the case, which it turned out there was nothing wrong.
Yeah.
What did you go, well, was something wrong?
No, I at that point I was just like, I was so speechless that I think I just sat there and just like looked because we were FaceTiming and I just looked at him and was like, I don't know. Sorry.
Did he communicate that something was wrong?
No.
To go, whoa, maybe something was. How do you know something wasn't wrong and nothing was wrong? That is psychotic.
He did apologize. He was like, hey, I should have responded to you. I just got wrapped up in my work. Whatever.
What is his work?
I was like, no one is so wrapped up in their work that they don't have time to respond to 3 different text messages. No, those text messages were not questions. They weren't like this like time sensitive matter where I was like, hey, get back to me or let me know. It was just, I said things. And you just, if I was in a room with you and I was like, God, I love cherries.
I'm doing an impression of him.
That's so weird. You would be like, cherries aren't my thing.
Yeah, no, it's, you say something. I mean, if it's the person you're dating, at the very least you go, hey, I want to talk about this more. I'm really busy. Or just go, hey, sorry if I'm not responding a lot. I'm very busy with my work. It's not hard to like.
It's not hard.
This is not something you need to do with every single person who tries to contact you. I mean, God knows in this day and age with technology, we're all inundated. But if you're dating someone in your close circles, if you have seen someone in person during a quarantine, you should respond to their fucking text messages. I just don't. It's so funny because I have all the time in the world right now, but I just don't have time for this. And now I'm like, well, no,
by the way, now I'm not responding to him at all. Now he's texting me.
What is the deal with people who don't care until you ignore them? Like this, is it like a game? Like this whole cat and mouse? Oh, I'm fucking not into that, by the way.
One of the things he said to me, he goes, I'm just worried maybe you're the kind of girl who uses breaking up as like some sort of tool. I was like, no, I am absolutely.
Breaking up as some sort of tool?
Like, because when I had called him the second time and I was like, we're done. And he was like, are you using this as a tool? I was like, no.
What does he mean, a tool?
But like a weapon, like to weaponize like breaking up. Where it's like I was doing it to get a reaction out of him.
No, I don't
want non-communicative people.
Are you using this as a tool?
I don't think he said the word tool. That was my making.
As a weapon.
I don't think he said weapon, but he was like, he said something like, are you using this to get a reaction out of me or something like that?
No, I'm using it to break up with you.
Yeah. I was like, no, that was just me trying to break up. And then he apologized and was like, I really like being with you. I don't want to end this. And I was like, all right, cool. Well, then just fucking get back to me. And then, this whole week has been me like writing to him and him giving me these short answers or no answers.
The gist of what we're bitching about is patterns. The thing is that a narcissist doesn't know that, will not acknowledge that their behavior is shitty. So if that's the case, then like, in his mind, nothing has been done wrong. If you cannot do basic communication with someone you're dating, you cannot just get back to them. When they've communicated what that means to them, you're not fit to be in a relationship or not with that person. Maybe you don't like talking every day. That's fine. Date someone who also doesn't like talking every day.
Yeah.
Because if someone wants someone they can communicate with regularly, they can have a regular conversation with, that's not an insane thing to ask. And if that's not in your wheelhouse, why would you waste someone's time, waste someone's emotional energy? It's shitty.
If you're doing that knowingly, you're a psychopath, you're a narcissist, you're whatever the diagnosis is, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah, if you're going like, oh, well, she'll get mad, but I'll just apologize and tell her I'll be better and then she'll get over it. That's
gaslighting too, by the way.
Crazy behavior.
And there is a part of me that feels like he is gaslighting me with all of this. Because as soon as he said, okay, I want to stay with you, blah, 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 his behavior was like great and communicative for a few days and then immediately just fell off.
Yeah, no, that's classic narcissist behavior is to like give you just enough to reel you back in. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm so sorry. Here's flowers. Here's this. Let me buy you a thing. Mm-hmm. Or let me give you just enough of what the thing you want, which for you, communication. And then go back to the way they are. Because when they're being when they're on the fence and like trying to like keep you in their little fucking shitty whatever it is game that they're doing to manipulate you and get what they want, that's not who they are. That's them doing just enough to keep you so they can drain your energy, so they can make themselves feel better by getting attention from you, by getting your time.
And now I'm ignoring him, so he's not getting any attention or any sort of...
Yeah, and you know what a narcissist loves is someone else being worked up about them not... oh, she's probably like, she probably misses me so much. Mm-hmm. And then when you're like, actually, I don't, and I'm done, everything goes up in flames. When you tell a narcissist, when you like go like, oh, did you have a plan? Did you have like a picture of how this was going to go? Because I'm not doing that. They lose their shit. Earlier, we were talking off camera. He had messaged me a few times today, and JMS was like, are you, write back to him, say something to him. And I'm scared to say something because I don't want him to engage me in any way that's gonna... I think that it's better to set a firm boundary. Yeah. Because it also, not that any bases need to be covered, but he cannot weaponize a lack of communication against you. If you go, I don't want to do this anymore. I am not happy. And this is a boundary I've set and you cannot seem to keep it. Yeah. So I am done with you. Thank you for your time. And for whatever reason, it's like he is also going for a divorce. For whatever reason it is that you're not either available because you're busy or emotionally available because you're going through something, a divorce, just say it. Say that's what's going on. Yeah. But it's like, then you should not be in a relationship. He is saying it with his actions. Yeah. Unfortunately. So, but it's just, all right. So like, let's not do this. It's a bummer because I liked him. You liked the idea of who he was. He saw. It's so funny that you said that. I wrote this note the other day. Someone be like, there are plenty of tall men, Nicole. Hilarious. Like that's literally, he's tall and he doesn't hate dogs. Not a high bar. So I wrote this down. I said, when you fall in love with the idea of someone, that relationship is going to end when you discover the reality of them. It's 100% true. And so many people are guilty of this. We meet someone, we put them on a pedestal. And then by the way, so many people immediately put this person into the box of boyfriend, partner, and in your mind you go, well, this is what a partner does. We do it with not just with boyfriends, we do it with best friend. We have this title we put on someone and we go, well, this in my mind, you have to check all these boxes to meet that. And it's like, that's not the same person. Like, great if you find someone who checks all the boxes. Obviously that is like, relationship goals. But like you just go, oh, I checked these 3 boxes, so I'll just like believe that he checks all the other boxes and try to make him check the boxes until it works. And it's like, that's a recipe for disaster. What's your communication like with Andy on a daily basis? Well, I mean, before quarantine, what was your communication? We text every day. Yeah. If Andy didn't respond to my text for a whole day, I would assume he was dead. Mm-hmm. And then if I didn't get like an early morning explanation for I've fallen asleep or, hey, sorry, I passed out or whatever, which has happened. He's on the road. He stays up late and like, I sometimes fall asleep before or he's out. It's fine. I would literally be like, you better be dead. Yeah. But because I actually genuinely hope you're dead. Yeah. And it's like, we talk every day. Yeah. And I think we made it pretty clear from the beginning that like, at the very beginning, did we talk every day? No, we texted every couple days before we had met. This was before we hung out. Yeah. So once we hung out, there has not been a day that I haven't texted with Andy. Yeah. even if it's just a little bit. Like, I stay, I've been staying pretty busy with the podcast and stuff, and he goes and he makes music and he does all his stuff. And so there's days where it's just like brief check-ins, but there is like hey, how are you doing?
Like if you ever sent Andy a link to something,
he would look at it.
Say you experienced something with him and then you followed up with a link that you found about that thing you had mutually experienced.
Yeah.
Would Andy write back to that link being like, oh, wild, crazy, something like?
Yeah, because Andy is a normal, healthy person. Anyone would write back. Anyone, at the bare minimum, someone would send the fucking iPhone reaction.
Yes. Okay. That's what I wanted to say. iPhones have made it so easy for you to do a bare minimum effort to acknowledge that you have experienced in some capacity what someone has sent you. You can do they call it
tap. You could send an emoji if you don't want to do the tap back. Yeah. And it's like, if the person you're talking to has an iPhone and they don't even do that, like, they do not value your time.
Exactly.
Period. And it's a shitty feeling to go, wow, this person who I kind of liked doesn't value me.
Yeah.
But that's a feeling you have to sit with and use that to move on and learn from that and recognize, okay, this is the thing I definitely, now I'm 100% sure I know that I don't want in a relationship. I can take that and move forward as I continue to find someone I want to be partnered with.
Yeah.
It's also like, you're killing it. You are in all ways of your life, you are killing it. You are healthy. You are fucking crushing your career. This podcast is doing great. You have been single long enough and learned how to be happy as a single person long enough that it would be an insult to yourself for you to settle for someone who doesn't give you the bare minimum.
Yeah.
You deserve everything. You deserve far more than the bare minimum. But like, it's like spitting in the face of all the work you've done on yourself and the life you've built for you to let someone treat you like this.
Yeah.
I'm not just saying that. Like, you are a catch. Like, a man should be begging you to be with him. It's like, if this was years into a relationship and suddenly something had changed, it would be worth going, well, maybe there's a way to work through it.
Yeah.
It's not.
At what point in the dating process do you think it's fair for me or appropriate for me to say to someone, and we'll end on this because we want to get to the Harry Potter
because we know.
Do you think, like, if I went out on a date with a guy, should I say to him before the date, after the date, whatever, for me to be like, hey, just so you know, I'm looking for a relationship. I'm looking for something real. I'm looking for someone who communicates with me.
I don't think that that's wrong to do on the first date.
Okay.
I will say with Andy, we did it on our third time hanging out, but it was the first actual date. Like, as
I know, the bony pony.
No, but we went to this nice restaurant. We're having drinks, we're having dinner, and I was like, and I addressed how kind of awkward it was. I was like, look, I know that this is like a weird conversation, but in the interest of not wasting either of our times or emotions, I would love to talk about what we're both looking for as people who are dating. Okay. Because if I'm looking for something that you're not looking for, I don't want to waste your time. And if you're just trying to do something casual and maybe I want something more serious, you should at least get that on paper so that if you continue it and the person has gone, I don't really think I'm looking for a relationship, you can at least know that, well, it's my fucking fault for continuing to do this shit. Because also, if someone tells you I'm not looking for a relationship, you have to take that as them. That's not a challenge.
Yeah.
That's not like, make me think I want one.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, this is not available.
Yeah.
So if you're only looking for casual, or if you want to continue the pattern of dating people who are not available because it somehow makes you feel safe, maybe if you're someone with avoidant attachment behavior, which is an attachment style, and people do it for a variety of reasons to keep themselves at a distance so they never have to truly commit, and it's their own things, for safety or just because that's what they've learned, fine. But if there are men who are looking for a relationship.
Yeah.
There are plenty of great men out there, and there's 7 billion people in the world who are all locked in our houses, so it's hell. But there are lots of men who want to settle down. There's a lot, I do maintain that I think LA has the ratio, like a much higher ratio of men who are just pigs, but also women who are pigs because of the industry we're in. It attracts a lot of people who have this like trade up mentality, waiting for the next best thing. Yeah, narcissists or people who are just like trying to climb in every aspect of their life. Yeah, where they're very either like outward, everything's so calculated. Yeah, and it's an unfortunate thing because you have to be aware of that. But the more you date and the more you recognize these flags, you now go, okay, here's the thing I realize I'm not okay with. And then you could go back and look at this relationship and go, when did it start? Now I know that that's a flag in the future. And you don't owe anyone an apology for not wanting to be with them. You're allowed to go, this isn't for me. Yeah. Like, that's like, I feel like that's a hard thing for me, but. Yeah, well, someone told me this once, Brenda Colonna, actually, who used to do comedy and now she's just like, just fucking cool guru, hippie Buddhist lady. But saying no to someone is saying yes to yourself. Yeah. You're allowed to, like, you don't owe any, especially someone who's treating you like garbage. Yeah. You don't need to worry about what their opinion of you is. Yeah. What anyone's opinion of you is not your business. Yeah. But like, you don't owe anyone who can't even give you common base level relationship needs an explanation. Yeah. It is totally okay to go, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to have a discussion about it. I realize that I'm not getting what I need from you. Yeah. And we don't need to talk about it further. Yeah. And I mean, breaking stuff off is fucking hard. Yeah, it is. But you gotta take care of you. Take care of that. Well, this has been a therapy session big, for saggy, me. Titty heart. Just kidding. They're not saggy. They're not saggy. They're just low on my chest. They're not even low. You have Anyway. All right. We'll be right back. Bye.